Ladies and gentlemen, your favorite knucklehead, fucktard, retards, muscleheads, protein heads, stupid ass motherfuckers are back. Talking wrestling, talking fighting, talking titties, talking pussy, talking fucking, drugs, all the shit that make us men. Your host, he's a rich motherfucking cheap ass son of a bitch, the multi-million-dollar jiu-jitsu champion, Tim Fuck You Freeman, and his tag team partner, the fucker to ever step into a no-cal indie wrestling ring. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Big MF. This is the Inside BJJ podcast.
Wow, that
What the fuck is up, motherfucker?
Hey, man, that was beautifully timed. Your timing is impeccable. It never ceases to impress me.
I just want
Legendary
to say that right now, I'm cutting you off. This is more important. The Big MF has entered a comic book parallel universe. Right now, if you message me, cash at me $10, I'll send you an autograph of myself, CJ Dirt, and Topher T, and a picture as well. And if I'm at the show, we'll take a picture with you. And if you want, we'll cut your wife.
For free. That one's free.
That's
on us.
Charge for that.
Yeah.
I won't even charge. Myself, CJ, some of the other boys, we'll hook you up, man.
Yeah, that's just part of the arrangement.
We won't take it too far, you know. We won't go too far.
You're not going to lay it down too good. Like, I'm not going to ruin it for you. I'm going to hold back a little bit.
We got respect for our fans.
Yeah. Are you going to eat a lot like Hulk Hogan did? Just to kind of throttle your performance.
I'm so full.
Oh, I ate a lot of pasta. Oh, I shouldn't have had a specchity factory before I wheeled over here.
My daughter and her boyfriend. Oh, I'm not going to use any bad words, though. Not going to happen.
Oh, man. What have you been up to, man? It's been a minute since we chatted.
Man, dude, I've been so fucking busy, bro. I'm so busy and I'm almost going to lose my fucking brain. Whatever the little brain I have left.
I understand that. You're hustling on the wrestling stuff, man. What's going on?
Wrestling. I got a show tonight. I'm going to wrestle this motherfucker named Dave Wasted. That should be a hard-hitting fucking match. He's going to get wasted, but not the way that he's normally getting wasted. I'm wrestling with Total Wrestling Federation. You got to check out their YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to that, go fuck yourself, like the Iron Sheik says. And then Lucha Patron, man. Shots out to Lucha Patron. I like Lucha, so I'm going to save Lucha because Lucha wrestling sucks. Me and my partner, CJ Dirt, the American Degenerates, are going to bring some American wrestling to these stupido, retardo, bendeco, Lucha Carbones. Now, and I want everyone to know this at Lucha Patron. I demand that if you're Lucha, when you speak to me, you call me Grande Mateo Carbon. That's my Lucha name.
Nice. Are you really fighting
Mateo Carbon?
Are you really fighting some luchador guys?
Me and CJ Dirt are going. I believe we're going against two bendecos that come from Mexico. Tuco and some little Chihuahua. This guy's really little, like a Chihuahua. I call him the Chihuahua kid. He calls himself the Chihuahua kid. I mean, he jumps and he runs and he flies and he flips and he flops, but that's not going to work. I'm just going to catch him and throw him and toss him and fucking punch him and smash him.
It's not going to be that hard for you, I don't think.
No. Those high-risk maneuvers, they don't pay off in the long run.
That was my dad's big my dad would be watching the wrestling match, disgusted that once again hot stuff Eddie Gilbert was climbing up to the top rope, knowing full well that those techniques are high risk.
Taking all the time in the world.
Going real, arguing with the crowd, getting into it with the valet, yelling at kids. The whole time his opponent's recovering. My dad would be so upset. He would be
livid. I told you, those high-risk maneuvers don't work. Stick to the mat wrestling.
Man,
He's right, though.
I got a guy in my academy out here at 10th Planet Nashville who lived in Philadelphia and was a teenager during the ECW craze.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and he used to work out in that gym where they were having those wrestling matches, man. He said it was just fucking amazing when that stuff was going down.
That shit was raw. It was like it was real. It was like something that happened organically and it changed the fucking game.
I think on the West Coast we didn't get much of it. It came kind of late for us. We were still like really dug into WWF and
Yeah, we caught
WCW.
it as it was jumping the shark.
Speaking of that, dude, Crockett Promotions is gonna do a promotion out here in Nashville. Ric Flair's final match.
Bro, what's the date on that?
It's in June. Do you know how
Man,
old Ric Flair is?
buy me a plane ticket.
You know how old he is?
He's like, what, 70?
72 years old.
Listen, all these people that are talking shit. If Ricky Steamboat doesn't want to do this, that's his fucking choice. Great for Ricky the Dragon motherfucking Steamboat. Ric Flair is a motherfucking American. He's a motherfucking legend. It's a free country. It's what he loves to do. If it's my body, my fucking choice, I say it's the Nature Boy, Ric Flair's body, and it's his fucking choice. And if you don't like it, don't fucking tune in, you stupid bitch.
Yeah, I mean,
it's what the man loves. It's what makes him alive. He knows the risk. Let him live his fucking life.
Yeah, Jim Crockett Promotions, July 31st in Nashville. And Ric Flair saying that he's seen about 40 doctors and he decided which one he was going to listen to. He said he listened to the one that was the smartest, and that guy cleared him. And I actually, they have some footage from him on TMZ, still working out, you know, with a younger dude in his garage. And I mean, he's moving slower, but dude, I think Ric Flair can still fuck somebody up. Like, you know, once he gets warmed up, I think he can still bring.
I know a guy that would love to get in the ring with Ric Flair.
What guy is that?
His name is Matt Granahan.
You're talking about? He looks like a cartoon character.
Connecticut has my friend. I'm afraid to call him my friend because I like the guy. He's a good buddy, but I don't want to get canceled by saying I'm his friend.
Yeah.
The words of Matt Granahan, and this, when Big MF says this is, he doesn't say this very often.
Yeah.
The words of Matt Granahan are not the opinions of Big MF.
He's even too wild for Big MF.
And he believes in people speaking their opinion. It does not believe in censorship.
He's too wild for you.
Big MF goes. However, a friend of mine has real heat with Ric Flair over Ric Flair's wife. I mean, how fucking crazy is that?
Yeah. What was that deal? Granahan put a move on her. She was flirting with him. Or, he's probably made the story up.
He's told the story. No, he didn't. No, I seen the text messages. Like many years ago, they were partying on a boat, and there was some girl involved, and his girl was hot, and you know, Ric Flair's Ric Flair. That's the Nature Boy, and his girl was like, you know, that guy. He was that guy was touching me, and he's like, yo, that's the Nature Boy, 17 times world champion. Cut him some slack.
I'll allow it.
He sent him
on a boat. Hold on. How come women always get loose on a boat? You don't want to send your wife off on a boat with somebody, right? That's a dangerous move. On a boat.
Yeah. So Matt Granahan's not mad at all. He feels like
he's happy.
The Nature Boy's like.
He feels like in some weird way he's part of it, huh?
Yeah, so it's a compliment. If the Nature Boy wants to bang your lady, I mean, come on, bro. That's a status quo. You've arrived.
Yeah. Which Nature Boy though? Would you rather have like 30, 40-year-old Nature Boy or 60-year-old?
30, 40. You want like 70 Nature Boy.
Well, 30 or 40 will ruin you, right? She'll want a divorce.
She'll never come back. But so he asked for some photographs or some videos, and he didn't have any of that, girl. This is alleged. This is the story. He sent him some of his, because Granahan's like a pimp. He's got all kinds of chicks. Sent him some videos and some pictures of another girl. Somewhere, one time out of nowhere, like years later, like a year later or a lot longer later, he gets this message from Slick Rick to delete everything and to tell his wife that and this is the story that Granahan, I'm just repeating what Granahan said.
Allegedly.
That tell my wife you sent those to me accidentally. And and it was like in the middle of the night, and he didn't think, you know, anything of it. And
tricky
so he
Rick
and then
got caught with his pants down.
Rick was like, you didn't do what I told you to do. You're like, Bracy, you motherfucker, you're a dead man.
You're the reason that I'm gonna get a divorce for the 11th time.
I know. So they patched things up. Granahan kind of smoothed things over. And then he sees later that they're calling it quits. I think it's Wendy's her name.
Yeah.
So then Granahan, he says, man, I can't afford to like pass this up. Sends a text message
to
Wendy of himself with his shirt off, having a drink at a beach bar. And they start talking. And then
Yeah.
somehow Flair intercepts one of these messages, and he's like,
He's the nature
don't
boy.
ever come back. Don't ever come back to this city. You're never coming back to this city. You're never talking to her again. Lose her number, or there will be consequences.
First, he's like, hey, listen, my wife's going to call you in the middle of the night, and you got to pretend that delete all this and change all this and blah, blah, blah. And then it's, you better never come back to my city again because you tried to text my wife. I love it. Flair's not playing around.
No, he literally told him, I'll make you disappear. And what's weird about, and then later on they get back together. So I almost think that Granahan inspired some jealousy that caused the Nature Boy and Wendy to get back together. Is what I think.
Yeah, he should take responsibility, take credit for it. Hulk Hogan's coming out of retirement to make another sex tape. He's gonna lay one down, one final sex tape from the Hulkster.
He doesn't have a lot of friends left.
Yeah.
So this time he's gonna do it with somebody else's wife, not a friend's wife, but like Howard Stern's.
Yeah.
If Nick Gage had a wife, he might do it there.
I would like to see Hulk Hogan do a sex tape, but in the sex tape, act like he's gonna pass out and do the whole Hulkamaniac thing, and then come back and then really do it. You know what I mean? And really fucking Hulkamania out. Wouldn't that be cool, man? How much could he make? He could make a lot of money if he did a one-time only OnlyFans pay-per-view. Yeah, just Hulk out.
We made a lot of money off that last sex tape after the lawsuit was over.
Jesus.
When we found out that Terry Bollea had a small penis, but Hulk Hogan had a 12-inch penis.
I think I might be wrong, but I think Hogan had Peter Thiel behind him, who was a big investor, big rich dude in Silicon Valley, who was really pissed at Gawker already. And he basically financed that whole lawsuit more or less, and really helped Hogan go after him.
It's pretty interesting.
It was the end of Gawker, but I mean, it was once I saw Hulk Hogan laying pipe down, basically all my innocence at that point was completely gone. I still had Hulk Hogan. Dude, listen, I still had train, say your prayers, and take your vitamins, and then that was replaced by I'm real bloated and I can't give it hard right now. It's Jesus, man.
I liked when he was on the Howard Stern show and he was like, damn, Hulkster, you're a 60-year-old guy, you gave it to her good. And he was like, well, I held back a lot because it was my buddy's wife.
Yeah, I didn't want.
She didn't get the real full Hulk Hogan experience.
Full 10, yeah. He gave her
he didn't get the immortal Hulkamania. Hulkamania didn't run wild. She got Terry Bollea.
She got Hogan. She got Bollea. Listen, because you're a friend, I'm just gonna show up as Bollea. I'm not gonna show up as. I want to see Hulkamania.
Hulkamania is not gonna run wild per se. It's not gonna be like when he body slammed Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3. It's gonna be I don't know, when he botched a match with the Ultimate Warrior, the second
there
time
you go.
WCW.
Yeah, I'm thinking about going out to that Ric Flair thing, but I'm kind of worried it's just going to be a money grab, and he's not going to do much, and it's going to be lame.
You should run in the ring.
Probably get fucked up by one of those wrestlers, dude. Those guys are tough.
Man, you're a black belt in jiu-jitsu, son. Ain't nobody fucking you up unless his name is Brock Lesnar.
Dude, you go in there and 2 or 3 of those wrestlers start coming after you, you're fucked, dude.
Did you see when that guy shot the spear on fucking Seth Rollins?
Yeah.
About a year ago? Seth Rollins had no fucking real fighting skills. He was
scared. They were scared. Yeah. They were scared. But did you see the dude try to run up on the stage at Dave Chappelle, and Chappelle gave him a little sprawl, and security fucked him up, bent his arm a different way. It wasn't supposed to bend. Did you see that?
People are crazy.
Yeah, dude, there was another chick, which they didn't broadcast it, but I saw the highlight. She tried to run up to the side of the stage at the last UFC, and the security guy, she came running up. She jumped up, and she was just starting to stand up on the platform, and he just gave her a push, dude, and just pushed her off the platform onto her ass. It was really funny, dude. There's some pretty funny ones out there of people running up on stages and getting their asses kicked. That's wild. You're really wilding when you do that, man. You've worked. So you had this show coming up all week. You looked forward to this concert.
And you were thinking about if you're going to do it or not.
At some point, that thought came in your head, right? It got in your head at some point.
You contemplated it. You thought about it. You got a little closer. You got, and some people decide I'm not going to do it. They think they might do it. They lose, but for the person that thinks about it, gets closer, and fucking does it, that, I got to give a little bit of credit there. I got to give a little credit. The guy that shot the fucking spear on set, people might say, oh, you're a fucking, he had enough guts to go out there and fucking do it. How many people went there and chickened out?
Yeah, I know, but it's like one of those things that no matter having the courage, it's like, oh, you had the courage to do it. You're only going to fail. Like, you're not going to go in there and Vince is going to come out and sign you to a contract. Like, you're only going to get fucked up and go to jail. Like, there's no winning. They work themselves up. It's like people that would jump on the field and run around during a baseball game. But whenever that happened, I always pulled for the person running around.
Right. I
always wanted them to get away.
If there's anybody out there that's contemplating running on a field, I'm not talking about hurting somebody. I'm just saying, if there's anybody out there that's thinking about running into a wrestling ring, running into a baseball field, running into a football field, I'm encouraging you to do it naked. Like, what? Streak and run and make them chase you in the nude.
Boy, there's something about
you would never be forgotten.
There's something about a naked person running that makes you think twice about trying to get them, because you're like, man, this person's fucking crazy.
Or a hand glider came in nude.
Yeah. Pretty wild. It's one thing, you already got to be crazy to run down there, but to run down there totally naked, that's a double crazy check. Like, you don't know what's going to happen.
Big balls and a lot of confidence.
You must, right, to run out there and do that. I've never been tempted to do that. Not one time have I been tempted to run down there. I've screamed and yelled and tried to yell things real loud, thinking people could hear me, but that's just childish stuff. That's the kind of thing you do when you're a novice and you're a kid. When you're a real like dirtbag, you go out there and do it. You wreak havoc. You cause problems. A lot of that, man. Dude, I went down to headquarters last weekend.
That's right. I heard about it. Yeah, you went down to headquarters.
Beautiful Los Angeles.
Now, I heard you were tapping Eddie and all of his black belts left and right.
They're not that good. You would think they were great, but they're not. I just went down there and I did it. I was like, nobody. No, man.
You were like, that mission control doesn't work. Lockdown doesn't work.
Right. I went down there. I wore my gi and I set them all straight.
You wore your gi and you said, I'll wear the gi. You could use the gi on me, but you don't have to wear one at all.
You could use anything. And I told them they could strike. I allowed them to strike. And I wasn't impressed with not the one of them. No, it was fun, man. We went down there on Friday. I got to go to a class there, and they had a big open mat. And then on Saturday, Eddie taught for like 2 hours. And then we had a big open mat.
What did he teach?
He just showed like a bunch of live drills, dude. Eddie Bravo is got like jujitsu stuck in his head and he has to talk about it. So it starts as almost like a comedy routine at first. He's quite funny now. Like, he's always been funny, but his delivery, and you could tell like he's gotten quite a bit better at it being funny, which is kind of funny that he does that in the first place. But then when he gets into the jiu-jitsu stuff, it was like, I don't know, he showed like 32 live drills, man.
Holy shit.
It was a lot. And then we had a big open mat. The thing about 10th Planet, if you know anything about 10th Planet, is it one is there's no airflow in there. And then two, and this is not a secret, you could watch the EBI qualifiers and it's all there. There's heavy cannabis usage going on at particular times. And so that room is like it's like a smoke box, man. And it's hot and smoky, and you're in there trying to grapple. It's pretty wild. Like, it's pretty wild, but it's fun because on the same token, I'm like, God damn, I'm training with Marvin Castell and Brandon McCaffrey and this guy and that guy, and there's fucking Boogie, and there's Gio, and there's Kyle Chambers, and there's Nate Orchard and Ben Eddie. It's just like the who's who, man. It was really a lot of fun to be part of that, kind of dig that vibe. LA is like fucking Sao Paulo now, man. LA still has a lot of cool shit, but you feel like at any moment when you're on the street that somebody could like pull up on a motorcycle and like fucking rob you or some crazy shit. That's how it feels. You know what I mean?
Call LAPD.
Hey, man, and gas is $7 goddamn a gallon, California. What the fuck?
Yeah, man, that's why you moved. That's why you moved.
Shit.
That's why you moved out of here. That's why you moved to a red state.
It is, man.
All you Joe Biden anti-Trumpers out there, you're the reason why we're paying $10 a gallon. MAGA means $2 a gallon.
Yeah, man.
Go Brandon means $1,000 a gallon.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking wild. And it's kind of like I want a little bit of I want a fucking apology from all these jujitsu buttholes that were acting like they were God's gift to science when COVID first happened. I still feel like they owe that. Now they're all training. Everyone's all training. I'm like, fuck that. We're training. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, because all these people I know all these people that had a bazillion vaccines and they all got COVID. And it's like, oh, well, they would have. This is, if you can't see the gimmick here, when they tell you, well, you got it. I know you took the vaccine and you still got the COVID, but it'd have been a lot worse. I mean, what a fucking gimmick. What a fucking way out where you can never be pinned down on anything.
Yeah, you could just talk your way through it. Well, it would have been worse. You could have died extra.
You could have died more. It would have been a more painful death.
Yeah. Oh, man.
COVID's bullshit, man. Just take some fucking Valtrax.
I feel like everybody that kind of knew early on that this whole thing was getting really overblown and fucking huge infringement.
Take some ivermectin.
That's what I did. You know what I love about Tennessee? The goddamn governor here, they signed a law into effect that you could buy ivermectin over the counter. You don't even need a prescription. You just go get it.
I got mine from a vet.
And I got mine from Africa.
I robbed a veterinarian. I knew this guy that had horses. I stole some equipoise and then some ivermectin.
Yeah, I got mine from China. I'm sure it's safe. Yeah, they got another thing out here too, where like if you've had COVID, then that has to be recognized as the same as being vaccinated, which is pretty dope. Tennessee, dude, it's wild. You could carry guns. You could do what you want. You could play rock music. The only thing,
carry.
You can open carry out here, man.
Can you pull it out and show it to somebody and point it out?
You could pull it out. You could twirl it around real fast, and you could like do zap, zap, zap.
Can you challenge somebody to a duel?
You probably could.
That's
nice. It's nice. No, it's really great, man. I love it. I'm having a good time. We're having a big tournament tomorrow. So remember how we used to do Holy Rollers open mat stuff? I'm doing the Holy Rollers tournament. Free tournament. I got 16 people to sign up, white and blue belts to start. And I got 4 guys on the wait list that are going to battle each other. They're going to do sub only, 5 minutes, 1 EBI overtime round.
Nice.
And it's going to be guerrilla style. What I need, and I don't have this, and this is what I need. Do you remember watching Street Ball on ESPN2 back in the day? And it'd be like 3-on-3 dudes that were like really good at basketball, but they weren't pros. They were like street ball kids.
Barely.
Like dudes like remember how Jason Williams used to play when he played for the Kings and he did all kinds of flashy wild shit?
Yeah, he shot like 10 3-pointers in a row.
They were all players like that. And they would have a hype man with a mic out on the fucking court while they were playing. And he'd be talking mad shit.
Get it.
Yes, I'm going to get a guy like that. He's going to be live on the mats as the matches are going, talking like roasting motherfuckers. I want it to be wild and raw and like, right. Yeah. Like camera work is right on him, man. So we're going to get
out of that.
We're going to live stream it.
You're quitting.
We're going to live stream it tomorrow on Inside BJJ, probably on either on the YouTube or the Instagram. So I think that'll be dope. I'm going to keep doing it, man. Let's go. We got to do it. We got to big it up.
Speaking of out there, you got that tournament going. I got a June 25th. I got a kickboxing exhibition against Anthony Garcia at the Hells Angels. Big Buff Anthony at the Hells Angels summer barbecue party in Lodi, California.
That sounds safe.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be. I went there last year and I felt like I was like on an episode of Sons of Anarchy, but it's gonna be. We're gonna have a good time. Me and him are gonna put in a good 3-round fucking session, and then we're gonna fucking party after that.
Who's gonna win? Is it already?
Dog.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, dog.
Come on.
Dude.
Listen, Anthony Garcia is so. This is how this fight's gonna go. He's so devastating. He's gonna come out like a beast in the first round, and he's gonna be cracking Matt Freeman. Anthony the Beast Garcia is gonna be cracking Matt Freeman. But as time goes on, and Matt Freeman is not in there by himself. He's got the power of all the little MFers that believe in the big MF. So I'm going to withstand the original onslaught of power and devastation. And then as we go into the second round and into the third round, Matt Freeman turns into Big MF, and Anthony the Beast Garcia turns into Anthony Gassed Out Garcia. And I'm going to knock his jaw all the way to Stockton from Lodi when this is all said and done, brother.
Anthony Garcia is the Mexican, poor man's Mexican Mike Tyson. That's what he is, man. He's frightening, dude. I've never seen anybody push somebody across a cage the way he pushed the guy. He literally pushed somebody
across the cage by that motherfucker before.
And the first time I ever rolled with him was in a gi over at Shingu's place, Eric Shingu's, and he was so much more powerful than me. It was frightening, man. I just held on to his jacket and like he just spun me all over the goddamn place, man.
I know.
He's pretty wild.
He is.
Yeah. Well, if I was out there, we'd give him the old tabletop where I'd get down and you'd push him over me. That would still work. That's still an effective tactic, man. I think the Ukraine should start doing that. Tabletop and Russians. Yeah, dude.
That's good defense.
Yeah, man. That's pretty cool though. It's good to see Anthony still training. You guys have been training for a long. Anthony's been training for a minute now. God damn.
Yeah, man. We're both original gangsters in this fucking shit, and we're both old, and we want to get out there and do something. So why not?
Yeah. Oh man, did you see that? Gordon Ryan's finally gonna fight Felipe Pena, the one guy that has a win over him.
Oh wow, a gi or no gi?
It's in the gi, and he's saying like no, I'm sorry, it's no gi. What am I talking? It's no gi. It's no gi. What am I talking
about? Didn't he lose in the gi when he faced him or no?
No, I think he lost on points to him.
I thought he got tapped. No, I thought Pena tapped him. No,
I don't think so. I don't know, but Gordon's talking mad shit online.
Lit up, like Gordon Ryan fans are pissed right now.
About what? About what I just said.
Me saying he got tapped out.
Oh yeah, Gordon. Gordon is like such a polarizing figure. He's got a bunch of lovers and a bunch of haters, man. Nicky Rod just came out and basically said, well, Gordon's kind of got a big ego, and that's why the team split up.
Really? Wow.
I don't know, man. You know what? It's kind of weird in a way because it's like you got Gordon and Nikki. These are two kids that were just two kids from Jersey, nothing really going on, regular kids. And then they get involved in jiu-jitsu, and then they get really like into a situation where there's actual resources available for them. Like they could actually make money with it. And then they split. They can't work on the same team now because it's like, oh, what you want is going to mess up what I want. Isn't that weird? All that fucking happens.
It's very hard to keep shit together, man.
It's goddamn almost impossible.
Want to do shit their way, or they don't like what's going down. They want to do it a better way, or they want things to be different. And
pendulum.
Mad about this and and there's women. Always women involved. I would bet you $1,000. I bet you 10,000, 20,000.
I know what was going on. I'm gonna tell you
what we're talking about.
I bet you
in the middle of it.
I bet you Nikki was trying to peep on Gordon's girl, peeping around a little bit, glancing and peeping, and Gordon probably said, "Hey, knock it off, pervy." You know what I mean? Nikki's been probably peeping since he was 15, man. Now, I don't know. Who knows, dude? Yeah, I think there's a pendulum to things. And as I've gotten a little older, I've realized that there's a flow, man. And sometimes the flow is going your way. And it doesn't matter what your competitor does. It doesn't matter what your haters do. It doesn't matter what anyone does. It's going your way. But then sometimes the flow goes back the other way. And if you try to react and like change it and stop it, you can't, man. It's wasted resources.
You got to survive until the flow comes back in your direction.
Timing, man. Timing. It's not always best to defend immediately. Sometimes it's not. You got to wait till the timing's right. But that's something I figured out in business is the same way, man. You have an ebb and flow in your business. Sometimes it's like, yo, 10th Planet, they're popping. 10th Planet, everyone's 10P, 10P for live, 10P, 10P. And then there's times where everyone's like, yeah, man, it's too hard. I don't have enough money, man. Or just
I'm tired of all that 10th Planet
my
shit.
My wrist is all fucked up, man. I just want to be in the gi for a little bit, man.
I want to be in the gi. It's like, I'm tired of flashing a 10P sign every time I take a fucking picture.
I don't agree with the Eddie's like he did weed a few times. Like, dude, come on. If you're looking to these jiu-jitsu guys for your moral and ethical character building, you lost already. You know what I mean?
Oh no. Well, I mean, it's like Hulk Hogan was your fucking mythical moral building, and look what happened there.
I know, but it lasted for a long time, at least, a long time. I had Hogan as my guy.
It didn't hurt me because I always knew that Hulk Hogan was Hollywood Hulk Hogan. I always knew it. I seen it.
Yeah. I feel like you were corrupted right out of the gate. Like you were already in on it.
I knew it. From day one, I knew he was Hollywood. I knew it all along. I was like Bobby Heenan.
I felt like, God was on the side of the good guys and there were good guys still. And like Hogan was going to go to heaven and stuff like that. And later I just realized it's not going to happen.
Hogan and Andre were like Moses and fucking Elijah.
But I did have a mean streak where like I did like the bad guys, like there was an attraction to them, especially as I got older. I loved them. Thought that was a pretty cool shit. Yeah, he talked about the split. Nicky Rod did, and I don't know. Oh, you know what happened? You know the Rotullo brothers are?
No.
You know those two twin dudes from Matos, dude? Yeah, come on.
Oh yeah.
And they fought one of them.
Guys.
Yeah, one of them competed against Gary Tonin at one, just in a sub jiu-jitsu match, and he tapped Tonin out like in a minute. And then afterwards, he said, "I think I have better hands than Tonin too. I want to fight him in MMA."
Nice.
So I'm like, ooh, that'll be good. Those Rotullo brothers are tough, dude. I think they're gonna fuck some dudes up.
I don't doubt it,
man.
You never know, though. You never know, man, until they start actually fighting for real.
What do you think? Did you see Tony Ferguson's fight?
Man, fuck, dude. I just think that I almost think that Ferguson really didn't do anything wrong. He's just fighting a guy that's really fucking good and got caught with a fucking wicked kick.
I know, man. I know, because Ferguson was fighting a good fight, dude.
It's a jungle. It's the law of the fucking jungle, and it kill or be killed.
Yeah, I feel so bad for Tony in a way, because I feel like when the energy was going his way, it got sidetracked. He got hurt. There was issues with fights dropping out, and that's when it was just everything was running on his side at that point. It felt like.
Yeah, he fucked up a lot of dudes, man. I mean, think about this though. A lot of times when we have someone we like and we root for, we feel bad when they get beat. But what about all the motherfuckers he fucked up? You feel bad for any of those people?
No, I don't. I never feel bad for the losing guys.
When two guys like that fight, somebody's getting fucked up.
I mean, Chandler had lost 3 fights in a row. You know what I mean?
That's a tough fucking dude, man. That's like the fucking he's the good guy. He's the fucking baby face.
Yeah, he
makes the comeback. He's the comeback baby face.
And I also hear they're talking about Poirier and Covington.
Wow,
be an interesting fight right there, man,
right? That is interesting.
Because Covington's smaller than Poirier, right? But he's probably faster, I would think.
That wrestling of his that he could rely on.
Fuck, dude. Yeah,
you can't stop that. You got probably look like the Mike Matt. If you can't stop that, it's going to be a long night.
Yeah, I think so. Man. That was the last thing that I heard. The other thing I heard is that Vince is looking at Vanderlei Silva. He wants to sign him to a WWE contract.
No way. Are you serious?
Yes, I'm dead serious. He's interested in Silva, man. Silva would be a great bad guy.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like Silva,
I know shit you don't know, man. I also Silva's like pro wrestling.
Silva's pretty fucking old.
Ric Flair's going to be 72, man.
Yeah, but to start and to learn, he might be interested in having him do a match, but he's got.
Okay, how old is Silva?
He's old as me.
Yeah, but nobody. Well, you're doing it.
I'd fuck him up in a wrestling match. I would cheat. I'd distract the ref. Like, he wouldn't fucking know what hit him.
What about in a grappling exchange?
I don't know.
I don't know how good he is on the ground. Like, I bet he's pretty tough. I mean,
yeah, he's tough. He's probably tough anywhere.
He's been training a long time.
He's good on the ground. I'm sure he's good. I'm sure he's good at everything.
Yeah.
At this point in his life.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I just can't see someone like that. It's almost, I can't see someone making a real splash at that. But you never know. I mean, I'm sure they could write a good story for him, but.
Yeah, it just depends on if they can come up with a good enough angle. Like if they have a good angle, it could go over well. But sometimes they do dumb shit with guys, man. It's like nobody thought to ask a regular person. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
they do have some dumber ideas, so we'll see. They have some good ones and some dumb ones.
Yeah. It will be interesting to watch. What do you think about One, man? I think One is an interesting organization. They're signing a lot of good young talent, like the top guys, man.
A lot of good fights. If you're a fan of fighting, I don't see how you couldn't be a fan of that.
Yeah. Do you think that sometimes though it's kind of hard because like American fans don't really get into the Asian fighters that much? They
I
do a
think it's
little bit, but not that
I don't think
much.
it's that because we ate up Pride. I think it's that we're oversaturated with fights. Like we're
Is
inundated
that what
with
it
fights.
is?
There's so many fights, so many UFC, so many Bellators, fights everywhere that people don't stop like they used to and
To
care as
watch
much.
it. Yeah. I also feel like One it's always like lighter weight guys. Like I want to see some heavyweight guys. That's the one thing Pride had all the heavyweights, man. That was the big knock on the UFC is like, yeah, they don't have remember the heavyweight division in the UFC wasn't very
And they
deep
had
for a
Fatal
while.
and so on and so forth.
They had all those top guys, man. Those Prides were so much fun to watch. I still go back and watch them from time to time.
I like the ring announcer.
Wow! Like wild as fuck, right? Some of them were like supposedly rigged up a little bit too.
I mean, I'm sure of it.
I heard that some of the early Abu Dhabis were rigged as well. They had rigged
no shit.
matches
I
in
never
them.
heard
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, some rigged matches.
That'd be a lot easier to rig a jiu-jitsu match.
I mean, I think it would be because you could be competitive and then just fucking tap a guy out and not hurt him. Like, how do you fake a fight? Because you still gotta fight. You gotta punch and kick. You know.
Well, you gotta take some shit. It's like you gotta
Yeah.
take some shots. I think.
Yeah. I
A
think
lot
so.
of rumors about the Shamrock Don Fry fight, which I've always felt was fixed, but they beat the shit out of each other.
Right.
But like to me, it's just the ending. Two guys going for a leg lock. It's like, come on.
Yeah, it's a little scripted.
I've seen this before. There's too many, but like they beat the hell out of each other. But I think you got two tough motherfuckers that are willing to take a beating and fix a fight.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that I think makes wrestling appealing to people, and when fights, like if you fix a fight and it has a good ending, then it's fun to watch because then everyone's satisfied. But it's when they fix fights and guys take dives where you're like, did Ken just take a dive? Like, did that punch even connect? Or did like he fell down? Like it just looks suspect. I'm not saying that they did, but then they look suspect, and then it's like, it's not that great. But if they could make it more dramatic,
I don't know. That was a hell of a fight, I think. Go back and watch that again. Bite your tongue.
Which one?
Shamrock Fry.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying that one. I'm saying later on in the career, there were some suspect fights that were like, you know what I mean? Especially at the end of his career.
See, this is what I would do. If I was Gordon Ryan, I would start my own promotion, right? I would book a match against me, and then he would put me over and I would win. And everybody would be like, what the fuck just happened? And then we would rematch, and we would go all over the world rematching each other.
Oh, I see. Yeah, nice.
That's how pro wrestling started.
Does jiu-jitsu need a guy that can beat Gordon Ryan, or do we just need Gordon Ryan to smash everybody?
I don't know.
Like, does a sport need a guy that's the greatest of all time, or do they need a guy that did Michael Jordan have a foe? Most of the greats had a foe, like Magic had Larry Bird, or this guy had that guy.
Shit. I think in his day he was considered the best, hands down.
Just like better than everybody, right? So it's like, is
he
Gordon that guy?
He was so bored with how good he was, he had to go into baseball for a while.
The rumor was that the NBA suspended him for gambling issues, and that they disguised it by saying he was going to go play ball. Who knows though, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Michael Jordan has been known to drop more money than we make combined in a year on one game of golf. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Isn't there's nothing in the world like that to really make you feel like you have little dick energy when you realize some guy just gambled on a game more than I could even bring in 5 years if I worked really fucking hard.
One day.
5 years. Yeah. He literally could just wipe his ass with it. Just insanity, right? But I guess that's how it goes, man. What else are you? We want things like that, though. We want there to be people like that because deep down inside, we want to be like that.
You
I think it'd be
vicariously live
great.
your life through these motherfuckers that we look up to and root for.
Yeah, you do, man. And that's just part of the game. That's just how it goes. And then people that are not in America vicariously live through Americans by watching American fucking movies and being obsessed with American culture. For as much shit as people want to talk, which they love to talk it, but you know, when it really comes right down to it,
Love
it's
it or
really
leave it, motherfucker.
yeah, right, man. It's getting wild. It's getting wild in America, man. That's for sure. But fighting's going great. You know, one thing I was hearing him talk about Dana White, how COVID like fucked up a lot of the sports, but Dana White was just like, we're just gonna go do this thing on Fight Island. We're gonna build the Apex.
You gotta give him some credit there. He really navigated his way through this COVID shit pretty well.
He nailed it.
But then
I'm sure it wasn't all his ideas. I wonder who he was listening to, but he's got pretty big balls, man. A lot of people talk shit about Dana White, but dude, the UFC is a premier product now, man.
You know, I got a lot of mixed feelings. I think he's a bad motherfucker and did some great shit. I think he did some fucked up shit too at the end of the day. But
yeah, but what bad motherfucker doesn't? Like you have to
God
do.
can judge me now.
I mean, you get to a certain point where you go like, I'm all in. There's blood on my hands, and this is the way it fucking is.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, who gets to that level and doesn't have a little dirt on them? Does anybody get that far?
Yeah, it's just,
there's only one Mr. Rogers, motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Mr. Rogers killed people.
You know what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, it's tricky.
A lot of people get left fucking in a ditch with nothing, you know.
Well, that's what the machine does, man. Like everyone works hard when the machine's growing because they're all hoping the machine's going to take care of them. But some people, the machine just grinds through. It's like, thank you for your service. Meat grinder, you're gone. Right? Happens a lot. Happens a lot, man. Fuck, dude.
Did you hear about my homie Stephen Bonner and Patty the Batty?
Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about that. Patty the Batty was branded a Muppet. A Muppet.
It's time to start the music.
What is the deal with that guy, man? He's the weirdest looking motherfucker I've ever seen in my life,
I know, right?
dude. He looks like a Mad Magazine character. He looks like a character that would be drawn on a bathroom wall. Fucking weird, man.
Right out of Mad Magazine.
He did, dude.
I mean, he's on the rise and shit. I guess he claims he asked Bonner for an autograph, and Bonner wouldn't give him one or said I'm tired or whatever. Bonner claims he was at an expose and he was pushing fucking t-shirts and pushing shit. And the only time he would tell somebody that he couldn't sign was when he was walking from the booth to the bathroom, and he would say, "Come back with me to the booth." So I don't know. It's just funny though that he's talking shit, you know. But it's like, man, if it wasn't for Stephen Bonner and fucking Forrest Griffin, there'd probably be no Patty the Batty.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like there wouldn't be. I got that video pulled up. I'm gonna share it real quick. Let's see if we could hear it. I think we can. Break free. Oh, fuck that commercial. Everything's got to have a goddamn commercial now. Let me mute it. Apologies. You can't even mute that shit. God damn.
I want to buy that.
We used to watch this Norwegian cruise line.
So Paddy Pimblett's running his mouth, man, that I didn't take a picture with him at the UFC expos. Well, you know what? I hustled shirts at those expos. I had a booth of my own. I was there to set up the booth before the open, was there to tear it down after. So all day taking pictures. The only time I wouldn't is if I was coming back from the bathroom. I'd say, hey, I'll take all the pictures you want me. Just follow me to my booth. Walk with me. Talk with me. When we get to my booth, I'll take pictures. If I stopped in the middle of the expo, then everyone would come around and they wouldn't come to my booth. So the only people that didn't get pictures were those who were too big of fucking Muppets to walk and talk with me to come back to my booth. And unfortunately, Patty was one of those Muppets. Patty the Batty, more like Patty the Baby. Fucking Muppet.
That was good. He said fucking Muppet. Bonner's basically like, pay me, bitch. You want a photo?
Right.
It's $25, motherfucker.
I bled for you. Pay me for my photo.
Yeah, man. I mean, I kind of get it. I don't think there's like, I mean, fuck, dude. What do you want, man? These guys, dude.
It made him mad enough. It pissed him off enough to become a UFC fighter.
You know what's crazy is like MMA. a lot of MMA guys, like, they get a big head so fast, man. Like, their sense of value gets so inflated so quickly, you know? Oh, man. But I like watching Patty the Batty fight. He's pretty good dude to watch. Like,
Pretty
he's pretty
fucking
fucking good.
entertaining.
Yeah, he's very entertaining.
He's good friends with a former Inside BJJ podcast guest, Meatball Molly.
Yeah, Meatball Molly. What was her last name?
McCann.
Is it McCann? Yeah.
Yeah.
She's fighting. She's fighting too.
Fucking
They're
tough.
They're
I
wild.
messaged her once. She said she would come back on, but then I lost.
Yeah. Yeah. Now she's got, once she hit 30,000 followers on Instagram, she's like, lose my number, bitch.
Yeah.
No matter what, man, we're always going to be out on the streets. That's just the way it is. That's the grime and the grit. It's meant to be that way. It has to be that way. It can't be any other way. When you're from Stockton, it has to be that way. So raw. Dude, you want to do some message board shit, man?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it, man. I'm gonna pull it up real quick. Let me copy one. I got some queued up a couple that I really want Big MF to I don't want Matt Freeman to answer. I want Big MF to answer.
You want 12-inch penis to answer?
Yes, 100%. Let me pull up the next one. All right, here we go. So, what's up, guys? I'm brand new to BJJ, but not to martial arts, and had a quick question. Okay, so I'm 2 lessons into it. Something I'll hopefully be involved in for the rest of my life. This most recent lesson, though, I learned that my hips are incredibly weak, like ridiculously so. I hit the weights pretty frequently, and I'm pretty capable at picking up heavy shit and putting it back down. So I was kind of shocked to find this super weak spot. So I'm here to ask if any of you guys have some favorite hip exercises that you do to really strengthen and even loosen your hips up. Thanks for any input. Now, I would like to hear specifically from Big MF which sex positions are the best ones to use to strengthen your hips. Go.
Froggy style. It would be like the best.
What is froggy style?
Where you could really thrust, you get the legs up and you got maximum thrusting power. The guy's probably never done froggy. He's probably a missionary kind of a guy. He strikes just by the fact that he has weak hips. Like, there's something off there.
That's very like off-putting.
It's not very macho to have weak hips.
It's not, dude. It's
not manly at all. No.
And it's weird. He said he lifts heavy things and stuff, but it's like, if your hips are weak, then how is that happening?
He's never given it to a girl the correct way.
He's never taken her to Space Mountain.
Never taken her to Space Force, like myself and CJ Dirt and Donald Trump have.
Yeah. He's only gotten her, up on the hood of the car.
He's probably got really little hands. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay, let's jump to the next one. Here we go. Submissions against big guys. When I roll with bigger guys than me, that's an interesting way to word that, but I struggle to get the subs I normally get against guys that are smaller. Wait, it's just like this guy's answers his own question. When I roll with bigger guys than me, like guys that are bigger and stronger than me, I struggle to submit them, because I normally only submit the guys that are smaller than me with arm bars and kimuras. Well, naturally, because they're stronger, those don't work. What are good subs against bigger guys? You know what? I was thinking, just wanted to throw this out there. The best sub against a bigger guy is testosterone.
Anadrol 50, D-ball.
Thank you. What kind of weight routine would you recommend?
If you're eating Anadrol for breakfast, is whatever weight routine you want.
You don't even have to. You just do whatever, right?
Whatever. Just do some push-ups.
Yeah, right. There you go. Gonna do some push-ups. Okay, I got a next one, man. This one's really out there, dude. Like, I don't know if this guy's trolling. I don't know what's going on, but it's very interesting. Here we go. Need to talk in private with coach. I don't know how. I really need to talk to my coach. I saw him outside of the gym at a flea market, which is a sign right there that you need a new coach. He was looking at some miniatures for painting and gaming that were for sale, and was clearly interested in them, talking to the vendor in a really excited way. This is already weird, right? So this guy's basically out at a flea market.
He's stalking
And
his
he
jiu-jitsu
saw his
coach.
coach at the flea market. The coach was at a table that's selling miniatures, which I guess are like little characters, action figures for painting and gaming that were for sale. And he was like really into them. And you saw your coach all excited about it. And the guy follows up. The thing is, I share that hobby and would love to talk to my coach about it and discuss our shared passion. So the thing is, I share the hobby and would love to talk about my hobby with the coach, and because it's our shared passion, so I can maybe get a blue belt sooner. The thing is, how do I talk to him about discussing a shared interest? And what do I say? How do I initiate? I was thinking about telling this one blue belt I roll with a lot to tell the coach for me, like an icebreaker. Or I was thinking
to think, let me just say this, Gay. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? But you have a crush on your coach. Like it's like when you're crushing on a girl, like, I'm going to go ask this guy I mean, you're like blushing because you're just weird, man. Just weird.
Yeah,
weird.
It says
I don't ever want to roll with that guy.
Says, I was thinking that because it's such a high tension issue that I could also just quit the gym and to switch to one that's a bit further from my house. This guy must be trolling.
This guy's got fucking mental problems.
He said, I haven't been to the gym in a week because I'm too nervous and anxious to see the coach. I've been going to the gym for almost 2 years. I gotta hear what the responses are. Hey man, I saw you looking at minis the other day at X. I love painting. Oh, this guy's telling him like how he could introduce to his joke.
Hey man, I like minis. You like minis. Maybe we like other things together.
Yeah, man, this is a really interesting cat. That was good. I appreciated that one. That was good.
You want to see my minis? I have them in my bedroom. They're laying on my bed.
Come inside. Just come sit down.
You want to come over and hang out with me and play with the minis?
Do you want to do a little chuck and buck?
Want to play a game?
Want to play a game, dude? Anytime I tell my kids, look, 2 things, man. I got a 19-year-old and a 15-year-old, and I tell them, look, if a guy ever asks you, do you like to party? That's code word for like some other stuff. And if they go, do you want to play a game? Answer's always no, motherfucker. You don't want to play no games with anybody on the street, dude, who offers to play games, period. No games.
Nope.
Or no game family. No one's running games. Okay. Let's jump to the next one. This is, I just reached peak jiu-jitsu. I was at a red light. Let me back it up. Just reached peak jiu-jitsu. I was at a red light about to drink my pre-workout when it turned green. So I angled the cup just right and gave my car just enough gas to propel the fluid into my mouth. So basically, this guy, he took a bottle like this, and he cocked it up to his mouth like this, and then the light turned green, and then he pushed the gas, right? And then the fluid went in his mouth. And it's like, congratulations, man. Like, you didn't reach peak jiu-jitsu, you reached peak porn girl. Nice work, buddy.
Yeah,
good job.
He'd make a good fluffer.
You are what I call someone with fluffing potential, my friend. Yeah.
Maybe you missed your calling in life, son. It's not jiu-jitsu, it's fluffing.
Fluffing. You know, there's a big market for fluffers. We should start an app called like Fluffers, or Fluffer Needs.
Fluffer. I could use a fluffer.
Hey man, spot me a fluff. Come on, I was fluffing.
Listen, I could get you in the fluffer industry, but I got to see what you got.
It's a new genre. It's fluff.
You can make like thousands of dollars a day when I shop you around, but I got to know that you could really do this.
You got to really know that you could fluff. So, okay, here's the next one. Oh man, this one, I'm gonna read it, but boy, this one's kind of like This one's rough. All right, here we go. Boy, I feel almost bad for this guy. So I was in the middle of trying to catch up with one of my god brothers. Anyway, I tell him I can't make it because I have Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which I've been doing for about 2 years. We got to know that. And it's something that I love doing. He said, "Oh, okay, that's fine." He told his parents and he tried to catch up with me. And then apparently his mother couldn't stop laughing. He told his parents that he tried to catch up, but it didn't work out because he was going to go to jiu-jitsu. And I guess this guy's mom laughed. He didn't know why she was laughing so hard, and he sort of looked confused. And then his mom said, "Oh, so-and-so fighting? Ha, ha, ha." I could not imagine him doing that. And then he started laughing too. So basically this guy was going to go hang out with his buddy, but he told his buddy like, "Hey man, I got BJJ tonight. I can't hang." And then his buddy told his mom, "Yeah, so-and-so couldn't hang with me because he's going to karate class or whatever." And then his mom and him started laughing, going like, "Ah, ha, ha." We cannot like picture him like being a fighter.
Well,
right?
now what that guy has to do is he has to fuck all those people up, or else they'll never respect him.
Exactly. So he goes, "I guess it's because the mom was laughing." When he told me this, I honestly just thought it was rude to laugh at
He should
somebody's
slap
hobby.
that bitch right in the face.
I don't know how to feel about it. Do I just ignore it? This happened the last time I seen him about a year ago. When I get invited to see them, do I just not go, or am I being extreme?
No,
Listen,
I can't go. I got BJJ class.
this is what happened to this guy. I'm going to tell you what happened to him because it's the same thing that happened to me. Okay. Everyone thinks you're a goddamn pussy. This is what it is. Okay. They all think you're a pussy. So then when you start doing martial arts, they're like, "Oh my God, that pussy's doing martial arts." That's basically
black belt.
Yeah, that's basically what the mom and the guy were doing. They're like, "This pussy's doing. Can you picture this pussy doing?"
Well, I'll tell you what, a lot of pussies get into martial arts. They're tired of being fucking pussies.
Right. No, 100%. Like, I'm not calling the guy a pussy. Like, it's hard to do jujitsu, but he's mad about that because he's starting to understand that people think he's a pussy. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what they think about him.
Well, you gotta choke a lot of motherfuckers out.
Yeah, you do. The only way to solve that is to beat somebody. You have to demonstrate your prowess over them. That's the only way. It won't work any other way.
Go choke that mother out.
Yeah, I think that's the right way to do it, personally. I think that's the way.
You won't even leave a mark on her face. Put her in the rear naked and say you didn't do it.
Say you did.
Whisper in her ear, "You're going to go to sleep and you're never going to be able to prove that I did this."
You think I'm a pussy now, bitch? Yeah. No. So, yeah, man. I got to get back out to Stockton, man. I was looking at flights to go out there. They're like $1,000 right now, dude.
Really? To go to Stockton? Oh my God.
To fly from Nashville to Sacramento, it's like $1,000, man.
Jet
Crazy.
fuel.
I need to get a hookup with like somebody that has a air pass or something.
You need to buy a fucking plane.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for that. Thanks for telling everyone I'm fucking rich, motherfucker.
You need to buy a plane and write it off on your taxes.
And this is what you did. This is how you told people I was rich. I had a house with 2 fireplaces. I had 3 cars. I had a Mexican guy that cut my grass. You tuned it up just enough that people believed you.
Yeah. Well, then now you have 2 jiu-jitsu schools. You're rolling in the money.
I know, man. Pretty soon I'm gonna have 2 podcasts. Not really, but thought that'd be funny to say. What else is going on, man? We're almost at an hour. God damn.
I got Next Level Wrestling. Check them out on the Roku channel. We got a live TV show. I got a UFA. My friend Topher. We're starting something up pretty soon. We got some videos that we've done. We're looking to get some shit going. I got my school with with head coach Michael the Angry Dragon Hayashi at the 209 Dragons Den. Check the 209 Dragons Den out on Instagram. We got classes every Wednesday night. Hayashi's been teaching. He's been training and doing pro wrestling for like 18, 19 years. Started when he was a fucking teenager.
Who?
Michael Hayashi. It's a bad motherfucker right there, man. The guy's sick with it. So you couldn't go wrong with Hayashi as your coach.
That's awesome, man. If you are out in Stockton, you could also check out 10th Planet Stockton. If you're in Nashville, check out 10th Planet Nashville. We're going to stream the Holy Rollers tomorrow. Check it out. It's going to be on Inside BJJ, either on the Instagram or the YouTube. I don't know which one the best one is to stream to. It's probably going to go to YouTube, I think. But I'm going to try to live stream it. And man, maybe we could set it up through StreamYard where we could get Big MF in the corner talking shit like on the screen.
Fuck yeah.
That'd be awesome, man. Might be able to pull something like that off soon. If I can't do it tomorrow, maybe soon, because we're gonna start it at like 8:15 in the morning your time. I don't know.
Shit.
You might
still
be
recovering.
Yeah, you're gonna need a bump if you're gonna do that.
I'll need a Gatorade. I'll need a Gatorade first thing in the morning to hydrate.
A Pedialyte. Listen, man, if I got to get up before 8 on Sunday, I got to get a bump. Okay, it's just a bump, just a little bump, little itty bitty bump, a little one. Awesome, man. Well, it's good to talk to you, Big MF. It's meant to be that we do the podcast, so we're just going to keep doing the podcast. This works like this, and then when we get guests, we'll have guests, and if we don't have a guest, who fucking cares? You'd be really surprised how many motherfuckers come up to me and tell me they really like listening to the podcast. So, and I'm surprised because I think it's garbage. I think it's trash. It's garbage. It's not very good. It's a couple of idiots saying stupid stuff the whole time.
I would agree with you because of the host, but I think the co-host carries it enough.
The co-host is almost a Muppet. You're not a Muppet, but you're almost a Muppet.
I'm animal.
You're animal. Yeah. It's time to start the music. Yeah. So we'll be back, man. Definitely. It's good to talk to you, Big MF.
Later, brother.
You got any parting shots on the way out?
The pleasure was all yours.
Subscribe. Spotify. Instagram. iTunes. Leave a rating. Leave a review. Do all of it.